Hello, everybody. My name is Ash, and welcome back to Neopian Flashbacks, live from the comfort of my living room. This week is the last week of Altador Cup, so we'll be finishing up. Um, I have no idea what's going on anymore, to be honest. I started work again this week, and I haven't had a lot of time to play Altador Cup because I've been sleeping to compensate for the working. Um, I work a desk job, and much as I love my job, and typically I have a very varied uh grouping of tasks that I do. Usually I'm doing a lot of things. I have time that I get to get up and walk around and all kinds of stuff. Right now we're closed to the public, so I'm literally only doing the desk job portion of my job for hours on end. And so like yesterday I was putting on Animal Crossing music and like standing at my desk and dancing and like anything I could do to like basically keep myself pumped up. Um, and I am very worn out from that. Um, I did get to do some fun stuff where I was making like educational literature for different online programs and apps and things. So the first part was fun. I got to go through all the apps and check and see if things were the same or if they were different and take screenshots. But then after lunch, I think I just crashed after eating. I had kind of a late lunch, and then by the time I ate, I was so hungry. Um, and I didn't mean to have a late lunch either. They were like, "You can go to lunch whenever you want. No one's here." I got so into the zone looking at the apps that then I like didn't eat until like 2 and I went in at like 9. So I was very hungry. Um but yeah, I just don't like doing the same thing for a long time. You'll see even with my streams like I'll be making tons of progress and I'm like, I think we need to switch games for the next 4 weeks. Um 'Cause I just need to be like that. So I definitely was productive at work yesterday and the day before, but I was just tired afterward. I was like, I was doing the same thing all day. I think my microphone hit my hoodie, so I'm gonna adjust it. Um, but yeah, so I've been sleeping a lot and I haven't been catching up on Altador Cup. I did a lot last week though, and I kind of shared some of my ranks in the Discord server. Um, Yeah, I'm tired. I went to bed after dinner last night and I slept for 6.5 hours, so almost 7. And then I was up. I got up and I came downstairs and I like ate more food and I like watched YouTube and stuff. And I was like determined I was gonna work on getting the VODs together from last week. And then I started to feel sleepy again. So I was like, well, I'll take a nap. So my first nap was 6.5 hours. My second nap was 8. So I have napped a lot. But that's just the amount of tiredness that I am on. Working is very tiring for me. Like I love working. And I have like the best job in the world. But I'm just a person that I just work super hard and I bring my A game every day and then I absolutely crash afterward. So I'm very tired, but I'm very well rested at least. I have no idea what's going on with Altador Cup anymore. I have this very pretty blue gem for rank 8, but they split the all the teams up into brackets. I guess we're in the mid bracket, and we were like kind of towards the top of the mid bracket. But now we're at the bottom, and I don't know what that means. I mean, does that mean we've been doing horrible all week? I haven't really been paying attention to the rankings because I haven't been getting on Neo every day. Um, so I don't know what happened in the past couple days. I don't know if that's just my impact of not being here. We just completely shitted ourselves or what. We're playing against Shenku today. Shenku's a pretty cool team. I'll show a picture because I think I played for Shenku one year. They're like a well, see, Shenku's not very accurate. um, but Shenku is mostly based off of China, but it's not a very accurate land. But I did always like the design of their team. But now every time I like do anything involved with Shenku, I'm like, this is inaccurate. This is not accurate to what it's like to live in China. This is inaccurate. And me, I'm like, if you're gonna make like a rich and beautiful lore, there's plenty of accurate things that you can take inspiration from. But I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to make it too accurate because then people would like argue or whatever over like politics. So they like maybe they wanted to make it a little bit inaccurate on purpose. I don't know what their mindset was. Maybe they just were like, I'm just gonna draw some robes and stuff and put what I think China is like, and then that'll be Shenku. I don't know. I literally cannot go back in the past 10 years and ask the Neopets team what they were thinking. Virtue is cool though. I have been noticing it. We have been sucking it up way more. Way more. Like, okay, so the last time I played was like, I played against Dargan and I played against Haunted Woods. That's right. I played against Dargan and Haunted Woods and then I like stopped. So we did good when we played against Haunted Woods. We had 4 wins. Dargan, we sucked it up. But here's some other days that I didn't play. Against Mystery Island, we sucked it up. Marqua, I guess we did okay. I mean, like, Croc Island, I didn't play against Croc Island. We had 3 losses. What the heck is with that? So it's no wonder we're dropping in the brackets. I don't know. I'm just wasting time. So I don't have to play Slushy Slinger. We're gonna play UU Ball. I'm gonna pull up the calculator also because I don't make it red. Boom, it's China. Well, see, and it's interesting because not everyone in Shenku, like, the team has those colors, but not everyone in Shenku dresses like that. And there's also very heavy influence of Japanese culture in Shenku, which is really weird because Japanese culture and Chinese culture are, like, completely different. Like, people are like, what are you talking about? Like, there's tons of stuff that was influenced in Japan from China. Yeah, influenced, but like the main culture of Japan is completely different. Like, they use kanji or hanzi, the Chinese characters in their language, but the way that those characters function in comparison to the way they function in the Chinese language is different. And also like they have like some myths and stuff that have been borrowed from China, but like to say that China and Japan are completely the same is just that's like saying that Mexico and Spain are the same. Like, yes, Mexico uses the Spanish language, but there's so much more to Mexican culture versus Spanish culture, and it's kind of like a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a generalization that people make without knowing what the hell they're talking about. So, this is where my counter is. I'm putting it up because I need to read it for a second, so you can also look at it. Cool. I gotta do UU Ball. I gotta do UU Ball. I'm like, I'm already slurring my words. Okay. We're not gonna win this year, but that's okay. Because guess what? I don't win most of the games I play. What? I didn't turn flash on. Whoopsies. That's professional of me. Look, my goals scored is almost 666. Check the volume. Okay. Volume's pretty okay. The emergence of Space Station's Celebrator was essential to Virtupet's championship run. What role will she play in bouncing back from yet another bad tourney? The year before last, Shenku well, I guess we'll never know what they traded. Was it drugs? Who knows? Ah. Well, this'll be fun. I like their Lutari girl, but I think it's weird how she has hair, but they didn't draw the hair on her character sprite. Oh shit. I'll try and get close to her so you can look at her character sprite. Yep, shit. She has black hair and like a bun, which is held together by chopsticks, which is inaccurate. There, you see? The pink Lutari girl in the goalie, she doesn't have any hair. But there she has hair. See? Like, if you're gonna put hair on a character, put the hair on them. I don't know if they just had two separate artists draw the sprites and the cutscenes, or what. It's very forgiving of me to call them cutscenes. They are stationary pictures. Magic hair that appears and disappears. Yeah, it's like, oh god. It's like a Play-Doh set where you push the Play-Doh through and then the hair comes out and then you cut it off with the little plastic scissors and then you can push the Play-Doh through again and magically growing hair. I am not doing good. I should probably be paying attention to what's going on. I was too busy thinking about the Lutari girl's hair. I'm sure she has a name, but I don't really pay attention to anyone's names except for my own characters, because there's so many. There's 16 teams and there's 5 characters on each team. Can anyone do that math? I know I can't. Too busy thinking about Play-Doh hair. Absolutely. Ah, shit. Give me it. Give me... You... It's fine. It's fine. I'm in the lead. It's fine. I don't know why I'm getting mad about it. And there we go. In a close win like this one, you can't help but think that Goltron Mark I's stellar play was the difference maker. Who knows where this Virtue Pets team would be without him. He let 3 goals go by. What are you talking about? If anything, he's doing us a disservice. Netminder Zana DeLanch's jitters still get the best of her occasionally. As always, it's essential that Shenku's defenders get off to good starts until she... I didn't get to read the rest. So I guess her name is Zana. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I like the sprite of the Norbu. The brown, like, goat type character. Goat llama? Lamote? It's cute. It's a cute little sprite. There's not many, like, chungy Neopets characters, so I like how that sprite's kind of chungy. Like, hell yeah, she's cute. Alright, less cute when she's getting goals on me. Llama, G-L-L-A-M-A. Glama. At least next week, my work is, gonna, like, kind of be back into the swing of things. So, Sorry about that. What was I saying? Next week my work is, like, gonna be kind of more back into the swing of things, and I'm gonna have, like, more things to do, so I'm looking forward to that. They were like, can you help out, like, this other group that we have in our staff? Because they need some help. And I was like, hell yeah. Because, like, what they do, they get to, like, walk around a lot more and, like, pick stuff up and, I don't know, do more things. More physical. Like to keep everything vague so no one knows what the heck I'm talking about when I'm describing things. They do something where you can move your arms and legs. Okay, the year before last, Shenku traded popular forward Faltagio for Altador's Timu. The move thus far... They pulled away too fast. I can't read that fast. I don't even know who Timu is. Who is Timu? Which one of these characters is Timu? And why did Timu leave their previous Timu? I think Timu is, like, actually the Japanese word for team, if I remember correctly. But it's kind of like Chimu. It's like a T-C-H-I Chimu type sound. Why do they cut away so fast? Because they want to get into the action. I could probably read faster if I wasn't reading out loud. Like, I could probably read it in the time that they give us. But I don't know. What if someone, like, is not a fast reader and maybe like, I don't know, English is their second language or something, and you just fade away and they don't have enough time. It's not fair. It says press any key to continue. I'll continue when I want to continue. You don't say press any key to continue and then continue for me. That's not nice. That's not Gucci. Why is this snowball so difficult? I don't normally have this much trouble. I mean, come on. Oh shit, motherfucker. Give me the ball! There we go. I swear this Norbu's doing all the work for the team. There it is. Well, it's games like this where they flash the ability that won them a title. If Virtupets can maintain this level of excellence, I've already read this a million times. I didn't realize until like 3/4 of the way through the sentence that I've read that one a bajillion times. Okay, so that was 3 games, right? I think so. I think so. Yes. No. Yes. I can't count. Okay, as always, it's essential that Shenku's defenders get off to good starts until she's settled. Well, I mean, they had all year to train. Did they not train with her at all during this time? I I mean, this isn't like the football season where they have to play throughout the whole season and then the Super Bowl happens. Like, Altador Cup, they train all year and it's the same 16 teams every year. Of course, new players come in and out and trades happen, but, like, they knew this was, like, they had all year to train for this. What, they're like, oh, maybe she'll figure out what's gonna happen on the field? Like, what? I am confusion. Explain. Oh, I'm gonna throw this ball so hard. They're gonna have no idea what's coming. There it is. Oh, shice. Shice. Mother shicer. Get in! Ah! And then when it bounces off the edge, it goes super far. We're really fighting for this one. It's like all of a sudden the AI woke up. They're like, we want it! Ah, shit, mother. Oh, they got it! That's okay, I got it back. Yeah! They're happy about it. I like the you doing the robot. I just think he's cute. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave that in. Okay, team. The move thus far has failed to provide the team with a much-needed jolt. So what now? God, they're so mean. I feel bad. But at the same time, suck it, Shenku! It's like a human doing a dance called the human. It really is! What would the human be? Like, would it be like me picking up a briefcase, adjusting my tie, and going to work? Like, hello, I am a human. I preach about, kindness and the shared human spirit, but then I am mean to others who are not like me. That's not a dance, it's more of a speech. The human is just standing there in a T-pose, preferably. Oh my god, Weldar's had 247 goals. That just shows how much I favor him. Honestly, it's luck. I use the other characters and half the time the ball just doesn't go in. The goal's too tiny for how big the frickin' goalie is. The goalie's like 2/3 of the goal size. Like, in soccer, like, the goal is huge and you're tiny, and that's why you gotta be, like, fast and nimble. I'm just over here doing the bee. It involves spinning in circles around a flower and going bzzz. Give me the ball. Give it to me and leave it alone. Just sit there and let me score goals while you do nothing. I don't want actual gameplay. Oh, hi, Biss. I said, oh, hi, Biss, right as oh, hi, Biss showed up in the chat. And I'm just imagining it like, you know the movie The Room? And, the guy, Tommy Wiseau, he says, like, oh, hi there. Like a robot. That's exactly how I'm imagining us all saying, oh, hi, Biss. Oh, 10. The other day I got 11, and the other team I was playing against got 0. And I was like, yes, I'm such a baller. That's my second burp of the stream. Can we get a nice round even 3? Oh, I already got to 5 wins. Well, I'll make it an even 100. Because I gotta do a lot more for rank 9 anyway. And personally, after how tired out I was from doing like the same thing at work all day, I don't want to subject myself to a lot of the other games. I'd rather play UU Ball, which is more exciting. So we're gonna be playing a very heavy amount of UU Ball today. Simply because it's what I want. Ohio is not real. I'm pretty sure the state is real, and I'm pretty sure they have ruined a lot of elections, so... Ohio, suck it. I think I've been to Ohio, but like only once, maybe? I think I went there when my dad was a race car driver. I just dropped that in casual conversation like it's a totally normal thing to say. Oh yeah, when my dad was a race car driver. I went to a lot of his races, but not all of them. Just the closer ones. I don't know if I went to that one or not. I like how that loop, the pink loop, is just hanging by the pink Lutari. Yeah, my dad was Ohio. No, my dad went to Ohio. He wasn't Ohio. Don't spread these rumors. The zeros look like eyeballs on the score chart. And I think that's really goofy to me. I did explode. Yes, I did. Such is life. The robot ball always explodes in 10 seconds if you don't get it in the goal. Which is crazy when you think about the fact that These balls are alive. They are pets. And they volunteer to participate in this game, and supposedly they enjoy it. So, the ball literally self-destructs, and that was a living creature. So that means that if you don't get him in the goal, he dies, and the blood is on your hands. That, like, thinking about this as an adult is so wild. I think one thing that really bothers me about this field, and it's been the same for 20 years, I mean, really, or 15, is that the field is made of dirt. And they're like dragging themselves around in the dirt and stuff, and like fighting in the dirt. And like, I just think I would feel better if it was grass. I don't know, dirt just seems so gross. Unless that's brown grass, but that's not very healthy grass. I would prefer it to be grass. I don't know, maybe they thought green would be too distracting to people? I don't know. Why did they choose dirt? Is this supposed to be based off of like lacrosse? I thought lacrosse was in grass. I mean, I've seen people play lacrosse on like dirt or whatever, but I don't know. I'll never forget, I had a teacher in school who played lacrosse as like a college student and a high school student. And he also happened to be like bald, mostly bald, but he had a little bit of hair left. And he was talking about how intense lacrosse was, and so he showed his skull. Well, not like his bone skull, but his head, where the hair was not, like the bald part, and there were like dents in his head. And he's like, yeah, that's from lacrosse. That's how serious that shit gets. And I was just like, oh my god, how are you standing here? That's terrifying. Lacrosse is legit. Yeah, when I said he showed his skull, that made it sound like he, like, pulled his skull out of his body and showed it to us. That's not what happened. I just don't know how to communicate like a human being. I swear, they're just talking about Timu and the goalie. They're not talking about anything else. And I thought every one of these teams was supposed to have like 5 quotes from the commentators. I've only seen 2. And we've played 7 games now. Oh no. No, not this. No! It can't end like this. It really... Backwards! I'm in agony. After all these years, like, just seeing the image of the Dargan UU come onto the screen is horrifying for me. That's enough to send me into a rage quit tailspin just by itself. But my pride is enough to keep me here. My god. Nothing was worse than the game that we got the Dargan UU ball first. And for 3 whole minutes, it was us passing the ball around and not getting it into a goal. And right before, like, right as the game ended, it was about to get into the goal, but it didn't quite get in, so we didn't get any points, and it was 0-0. It was 3 minutes of my life I could never get back. Never. Get in there! My god. It just shoots sideways. It just shoots sideways. Yes! Oh my god. In lacrosse, it's kill or be killed. I should ask my teacher if he saw anyone die while he was playing lacrosse. It's too late now. It's been like 7 years. Probably wouldn't remember me. I remember the day I saw Jimmy from Christian Boys School die after taking a lacrosse net to the head. Years later, when I'm like a famous YouTuber, someone's probably gonna show up in the comments and be like, "You shouldn't joke about people dying from lacrosse. It's very serious." And I'm gonna be like, dude, you're really late to this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I only got 5 goals that game. It got dangerous after they added the lacrosse gun. Yeah, you just keep it in your back pocket, like, for when you get, like, really mad, and then you pull it out and... But, like, most of the injuries come from players getting shot in their own butts because they're keeping the gun in their back pocket. There was a guy who shot himself in the groin area because he was keeping his gun down the front of his pants. It was like a concealed carry thing. I guess he had a holster. Yeah, and he shot himself in the groin, and I don't know what happened after that. I only saw the article when it happened. I don't know, like, if he had to get surgery or what, but, if I was concealed carrying a gun, and I don't own a gun, and I don't really have a desire to own a gun, but if I was concealed carrying a gun, that would be one of the last places I would consider to put it, right on my thigh, right near anything sensitive. I would be, like, on the arm, or, like, on, like, the back of the leg or something, like, just not a great idea. Like, you just think this would be something someone would think about. And that's weird also because I would think most guns have like a safety on them where they won't shoot when you have the safety on, even if you have bullets in it. So he didn't have the safety on. I don't know if he just didn't have it on because he forgot to put it on, or he thought he had it on, or if he just, like, he's expecting, like, anything's gonna break out into, like, a Western, sheriff's match right there. So he just didn't put the safety on because he wanted to be the one who was, like, ready to shoot in any minute. Or what? But, like, ideally, if he had the safety on, it would have been okay to store it there. I mean, I still probably wouldn't do it myself. I just don't like pain. And I think there's smarter places to put it, but, you know, that means he didn't have the safety on. Strap it to the bottom of your foot, set it up so that if you kick somebody's butt, the gun will fire at the same time. You know what? I know genius when I see it, and that's genius. That puts a new meaning to foot up your ass. That ball exploded. Sorry, I should stop calling them balls. That literal living being in the shape of a ball exploded. Alright, one more game. I'm gonna start playing military taps every time a UU ball explodes. Watch me get copyright struck for playing taps, a song that has existed for like 150 years. That's like that guy that copyright claimed frickin' Legend of Zelda's music, and he didn't even make it. He didn't even make it! He just posted a video of Legend of Zelda's music, and then he used that video to claim for like 7 years that he owns Legend of Zelda. And like, I straight up, like, I don't usually approve of snitching, but I straight up want to get in contact with Nintendo and be like, yo, do you see this shit? You could be copyright claiming this, but this guy is copyright claiming it instead. But then Nintendo might, like, start copyright claiming a lot of shit, too. So it's like, who do you want to deal with? The devil you know or the devil you don't know? That's why I worship anime Jesus. If Jesus was an anime, that would be big if true. No, we just had a Dragon Ball. No, no, why? Oh my god, it burst into the glow! Oh my god, sweet Jesus. Sweet Lord baby Jesus. No, oh my god, it shot backwards at high speeds. Oh my god. Oh my god. I almost high-speed farted that ball into my own goal. I'm really excited for swimming in Animal Crossing. They just like released the announcement. Well, actually they released the video on YouTube yesterday, which I don't think most people noticed because they were too busy paying attention to that Pokemon Presents that everyone thought was going to be Sinnoh remix, and then it turned out to be like a League of Legends ass mobile game. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Animal Crossing. They actually released the video for the update yesterday on YouTube. And I started to watch it, and then I was just like, I thought it, because they said it was a June update. I was like, I've already seen the June update, the wedding stuff, but I think they meant July. Because the update goes into effect July 3rd. But yeah, then they posted like snippets of the video today. And well, diving is cool. That's cool and all. But I have been collecting like swimsuit outfits, and I want to swim. And it looks like you're going to be able to like wear outfits in the water. Now, I don't know if they're going to have specific, you have to wear specific outfits in the water. Like maybe they're gonna sell swimsuits in, what's it called? Able Sisters. Which will be a bummer because I already set aside some swimsuits, but I will buy more swimsuits if I need to. Or what. But it's just not fun swimming in the diving outfit for me because I don't dive. So that's not how I would swim in the first place. I mean, I don't swim very much to begin with because I have, issues with breathing, and when I get in the water, when water goes above my chest, it feels like my chest is being squeezed. Even if, like, I'm doing my best to breathe and all that, and, like, I can actually swim pretty fast, short distance, but I can't, like, swim laps or anything. I've spent many years, like, in swimming classes, in high school and stuff, and they would make us swim laps and all. And they were like, I don't understand. You started off so good, and then you're like you're dying. And like, I would put my inhaler on the edge of the pool. Like, I didn't trust the teacher to bring it to me. It was on the edge of the pool, because she was never fast enough. But yeah, I'm gonna get some music queued up for this shit. But yeah, I'm not a strong swimmer. But like if I have like a floaty or something, I'm okay. Like anything that I'm not gonna like drown if I run out of breath is awesome. Why is Hassie Bounce marked off as Bon Jovi? Did Bon Jovi contribute to Hassie Bounce? To the Hassie Bounce theme song? Or is that just a glitch in my computer? Oh my god. I have to know. Bon Jovi discography. Bon Jovi discography. Okay. Let's see. Here's his albums. Live albums, compilation albums, box sets, extended plays, singles. Wait, I could just look up Hassie Bounce. I don't know why I thought that would be real. That's gotta just be a glitch in my computer. I just wanted Bon Jovi I just wanted Bon Jovi to be real, okay? I just wanted him to be real. Bon Jovi will become real in 19 seconds. Let's put on the Tyrannian mini golf song, which is kind of boring at the beginning, but then becomes like a lot cooler in the middle. Can you hear that? Okay. I was talking about something before the Bon Jovi thing and I've already forgotten. It's completely gone. That's how quickly I lose thoughts. Like, I have no inkling of what I was saying. Oh, swimming! I looked down at the chat. Yeah, so I'm not a very strong swimmer. Now, if I have, like, a floaty or something, I can swim forever. Like, it's just the problem of keeping my chest above water, because for whatever reason, when my chest is covered, like, to my collarbone by water, I can't breathe. And that's what's interesting, actually. I don't get as bad asthma if I'm, like, on a boogie board or something. And, like, I'll literally put the boogie board under my chest and swim with my arms and legs. So it's not even, like, an exercise-induced asthma thing, which I do have exercise-induced asthma. Like, if I exercise for, like, 45 minutes, I'll have an asthma attack. But I don't, like, if I swim, I'll get it within, like, 5 minutes. So I don't know what's up with that. It's, like, a very specific thing with me. And it's not anxiety either, because I've tried, well, maybe if I just stay calm, I will be able to breathe, but it's not that either. It's just a weird thing with me. But yeah, so usually when I swim, I try and make sure that I can, like, bring a floaty with me or a noodle. I like noodles, because noodles you can still, like, swim. You can just put it under your, like, armpits and just swim like normal. Because I do like swimming. It's just a matter of fact I'm not good at doing it on my own. Or like just sitting in the water. That's chill too. It's really hot here right now. It's like 90 degrees, which is like, I think that's like 30 in Celsius for bis. I always try and convert things for people who are not fluent in the Fahrenheit. But it's very hot here right now because it's like very hot and humid, and it's like one of those so 90 is very hot for me. 80 is also pretty hot for me, but at least the hotness doesn't usually go inside. So I overheat very fast anyway. But 90 is like, it's affecting the way that inside feels as well. Oh, I'm already at 300. But it's like the 90 that the feels like is really like 100, which is 40 Celsius. So maybe 90 is more like 35 Celsius, and then 100 would be 40, because I know 100 is 40. But yeah, it's pretty hot right now. Cause 80 also, if there's wind, it can feel more like 75. Like there's a lot of. Here's a way to Oh, are you also of a different country than America? Personally, I actually like Fahrenheit. Like, a lot of the stuff America doesn't make sense, but Fahrenheit is one of those things that I actually wish other countries would do. Because Fahrenheit is based on how temperature feels to people, whereas Celsius is based on how temperature feels to water. So that's why, like, 0 is where water freezes, whereas in Fahrenheit, 32 is where water freezes, because it's based on how it feels to humans, not how it feels to water. And the way I always explain Fahrenheit to people is, think of it like percent. Like 50 is like, could be good, could be bad. It's not really anything. You're pretty neutral to it. But like 100 is like, holy shit, and 0 is like, holy shit, but in a different way. And then, like, you've got all those in-between temperatures. Like, 70 is, like, depending on if it's, like, windy or humid, that could be a really nice day. 80 or 90 is, like, you're really pushing it. And then when you're, like, 20, it's like, oh my god, I'm freezing my balls off. And, like, I guess probably, like, meters and centimeters. Even though, like... See, I'm very bad with, like... Whoa, okay. I'm very bad at estimating, like, sizes and weight and stuff. Like, they gave me a test in the 4th grade on estimation, and I scored, like, a 60 on it. They're like, you're really bad at estimating things. And I'm like, hell yeah, I am. I think I might have, like, an estimated 3 brain cells. And they were like, you definitely have more than that. But so I always, like, measure things in, like... So I know how tall I am. So I measure things based on, like, how tall I am in perspective to that. So I might get something wildly off. Like, I might be like, you look like 6'5", and it turns out, like, you're not anywhere near 6'5". But it's just in retrospect to where I am on the ground and how you look to me. I also measure things in how much my cat weighs and how many cats I think the item would be. So, like, a bowling ball is, like, almost a full jack. And that's just how I relate things, like, because these numbers don't make sense to me. But I feel like if I practiced more, like meters and centimeters, why did I get shot to the ground again? Meters and centimeters would probably make a lot more sense to me because they're like by tens and stuff, which is like the exact same thing as like Fahrenheit. It's 0 to 100. Whereas Celsius is kind of like feet, where like none of the numbers make a whole lot of sense. But yeah, Fahrenheit is the one thing that makes sense to me. I'm very in tune to the temperature, especially because I sweat a lot and overheat a lot from the medication I take. I can like look at the temperature, and I can also look at the hourly. So that's the other thing. People say like, oh, it's 70 today, it was 70 yesterday, so I'm gonna wear the same thing. Well, is it the same kind of 70? Because here's the thing. If the temperature is 70 all day, and it doesn't go down, then that's one kind of day. But if it's only 70 for an hour, and then it drops down to like 50, that's a completely different kind of day. And even when you're at 70, it's going to feel different based on like the wind and the humidity and the conditions. So when I used to go to school on campus and I used to walk outside between many buildings, and I would also play Pokemon Go, where I would like walk like the distance of like 3 or 4 football fields in between classes, because I would hike all around the campus. Because my old school used to be right near a state park. Because it was this big, like, mansion, and, it wasn't even like a farm, it was just land they owned, because rich people could do that. It was this, like, 40-acre, like, plot of land that they owned, and then they also had, like, gardens, and they had, like, orchards and stuff. So, like, the terrain is very, varied, where there's like flat areas and then there's like hills you can go up. So I basically hike all around my campus. And they had like some areas that were like old buildings with like cobblestone paths, and you could like see the mansion that the wife and husband used to live in, and play Pokemon Go. So I would be outside a lot. And I would look at the temperature, but I would also look at like the hourly. And, like, based on, like, what the curve of the graph looked like, I could figure out, even if the temperature was the same as yesterday, if I was going to need a coat or not. I got really good at doing that. Mainly because I made the wrong decision several times and paid for it dearly with my life. Well, the other thing was, when I was in college, I used to wear a lot of overhead hoodies, like ones without zippers. And, oh, I'm already over 300. I'm getting so into talking, I'm not realizing. I used to wear a lot of hoodies that you would pull over your head and they didn't have zippers. So if you started to sweat and it was too hot and you sweated through your shirt, there was no way to take it off and change your shirt. Like, I only had the shirt I wore. So I had to become very good at figuring out what the temperature was, at least until I got zip-up hoodies. Now I have more zip-up hoodies because I work at a place that is very, very cold, but I come in from the summer heat and I'm very, very hot, so I don't want to wear anything when I come in, so I have the zip-up hoodie to put on later. See, my boyfriend didn't realize what I said when I said I overheat. I think he thought I just meant that I don't like being hot. And when we went to Washington, D.C., it was 90 and it was crazy humid. And also in Washington, D.C., the streets are always full of cars like it's freaking New York City or something, no matter where you go, especially in the summer. So it was August when we went to go see the Game Grumps live show. And so the heat that was coming off of all these cars, and the asphalt, and then the heat that, it already was hot, but maybe if we weren't in the city, it wouldn't have felt as bad because of all this heat pouring off the asphalt. It felt like you were in an oven. Well, we were walking outside to a museum, and I was starting to feel really bad, like I was sweating through my clothes, and thank God I had brought other clothes in my backpack because I had foreseen this happening. I was like, I'm gonna be far away from where the rest of my clothes are. I think I'm gonna bring something in my backpack. But I actually, we were on the sidewalk that led to the museum. We were there. The sidewalk being oh shit, I got shot to the ground again. There was the sidewalk, and this sidewalk led to the parking lot in front of the museum and all that. But there was a big parking lot, obviously. I just stopped in the middle of the sidewalk, and I just bent over with my hands on my knees, and I was wheezing. And the thing was, it wasn't because of asthma. I know an asthma wheeze. I was wheezing from exhaustion, and like apparently my face was all red, and I shouldn't have bent over because you gotta be careful when you're exhausted not to put your head below your heart. That was one thing my mom always taught me, because basically because of the blood flow you can like mess things up. But I like bent over and I was like wheezing and like the sweat was like dripping off of me, and Kyle was like, "Why'd you stop?" And Abby was like, "I think Ash is like not okay right now." I was like, I literally felt like I was gonna like black out right there. And then we got me inside where it was cooler and I felt a lot better. And I insisted on getting an Uber to go back to where we were going, because there was no way I was walking. But like Kyle didn't quite get it right away, because I don't think we'd never really like been anywhere that it was that hot. I was always very careful about that. And then he like saw my face and he was like, "Oh my god, this is serious. You're gonna like collapse." And I like went into like the bathroom at the museum and like changed all my clothes and like cleaned myself up with like the bathroom sink. Got like a bunch of towels and wet them. Thankfully it was like a one-person bathroom, so I could just like lock the door and just be in peace. I should probably change the song. It's been a while to be listening to this. Let me change the song. Here, I'll move my character there, and I'll change the song. Let's listen to... Sutek's Tomb. Boom, 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 boom. I should contact the Neopets team and ask them if Bon Jovi really worked on the Hassy Bounce theme song. Do you think they would respond? The poor customer service agent that opens it up is just like, delete. Anyway, what was the point of me talking about heat? I went into all those stories for a reason. Oh, swimming! So yeah, we have a pool outside. That's why I told all those stories. And I'm probably gonna throw myself in it, because it's been very hot the past couple days. Like, even at night, when I'm sleeping, it, like, hasn't gotten cool. Like, that kind of hot. So, I'm excited to throw myself in the pool full speed. Not actually, though, because it's not a very deep pool, and I'd probably break my neck. We have, like, this big donut, floaty, and I'm just, like, gonna sit in it. And it's, like, so big that when I sit in it, like, you can't see my face, because I'm, like, sunken into it. Because I'm small. Alright, there's 5. I could go for another 5. Keep talking about donuts and swimming. As long as I got the music on and I'm not going crazy. Let's see. Let's look at the, not too bad. Not too bad. Another 5 will bring it down a little more. Alrighty. I'm kind of competing with the Sutek's Tomb theme. I have to say the amount of betterness I feel being at work, despite my anxiety about the whole situation of the world, is really awesome. I mean, I think it's gonna change once, like, I start seeing people coming into my work. 'Cause right now it's just staff. It might be a different story then, but it really is good to be, like, back with, like, all the people that I know and love. And there's, like, a really tight team with the staff. And, like, even though I said, like, I was, like, kind of, like, getting a little stir-crazy sitting down doing the same thing for all those hours, like, even that was better than, like, not being at work. You know, work isn't going to be good all the time. Like, you're not always going to be having the time of your life at work. But just, you know, being a part of something is, you know, I don't know, awesome. Producing things and seeing, oh, I did something, and here's the fruits of my efforts. I think that's why I also like making, like, YouTube videos and stuff, because, like, you can play a game and you can have an experience. But kind of once you're done, that experience is kind of over. And, like, maybe it's not over in your heart, but, like, you can't really go back and look at physical proof of that experience. I mean, unless there's, like, achievements and such. But you can kind of, when you have a YouTube video, like, watch it again, and then, like, sort of rehab that experience. Which is kind of, like, the same at, like, when you're at a job. I mean, unless it's, like, retail. Which is really just kind of doing the same thing day in and day out. I don't know. I get to do different projects and stuff, and then I get to see those projects in action. And then I get to be like, oh, I did that. Haha. Like, if you, like, make a poster or whatever, and then it's all over your work, and you're like, I made that poster. Like, that's, and then someone sees it, and they're like, wow, this is really nice. And then you're like, oh, I made it. And they like it. Like, you know, that's a nice feeling. Different than just stocking a shelf, and then someone coming over and messing up the shelf, and then being like, why is the shelf messed up? And you're like, I don't know, I made it nice earlier. I think the difference is doing work that you think will have an impact on people. That's what makes it more meaningful. My cat is sitting in a loaf, staring at me on the floor, but not coming up onto the couch. Why? Don't tease me like this. Maybe if 100,000 of us sign a petition to get music added to Slushy Slinger, they'll do it. Try to think of what 100,000 people would sign a petition related to Neopets. I'm excited today because I ordered a thumb stabilizer, which is something I wanted to order for a while, and it works for both thumbs. So on my right wrist, I have a wrist brace for, like, pain in my joints that doesn't really come as often anymore. I've been very lucky. It was mostly bothering me when I was going to school on a campus, and I was writing a lot in notebooks every day, and I think it literally had to do with how I hold my pencil. And sometimes when I'm on the computer for a lot, but really, I'm very I don't know. I'm very blessed to not have too much wrist pain from the computer. But my left thumb in the joint under the thumbnail, and then the joint, not the joint that attaches the thumb to the hand, but the joint in the middle. So there's 3, and it's the top one and the middle one. Those 2 joints have been hurting like crazy on the left side. And I don't know if I'm just unlucky and developing arthritis, or if it has to do with the fact that I play Animal Crossing like a bajillion mamillion hours. Probably the second one. But it hurts. So I want to get the thumb stabilizer, which is supposed to come today, so that I could help my left thumb. Because, like, I'm not left-handed, so the fact that my left thumb hurts so much, there's really very minimal things, like, that could cause that. And I have a feeling it's because left side, that's the side that you use to make your character run around in Animal Crossing. And the more you play that, the more, your hand will hurt. And, like, pretty much, you're always using that stick in Animal Crossing. You're pretty much always in motion on your left hand. It's not like you can switch it to the right side either. Unless you do the one-handed, Joy-Con thing. But I play handheld mode, so I'd have to plug it into the TV to do the one-handed. Anyway, it made more sense to buy the thumb stabilizer and see how that goes. So I can protect my thummy! Protect my thummy! Also, if I ever get a day that, like, my right thumb hurts, which doesn't really happen, but, I don't know, I'll be able to use it for the right hand also. Because the brace that I have for the wrist pain and the fingers does not help the thumb. It specifically does not help the thumb. It helps everything else. So, it's a good investment. You know, I bought a box of, drumsticks, which are the ice cream cone drumsticks. Are they made by Nestle or whatever? I don't know what brand makes them. But, I thought it was weird, because when I opened the box, one was different. And I was like, did they give me, like, one in a wrong flavor? Because the packaging was, like, different. And when I more closely examined it, last night with one of the correct ones, I realized they must have recently updated the packaging. And they just changed some of the colors, and, like, it's all the same everything else, but they changed, like, it says, like, no artificial ingredients. Well, they changed it from, like, a circle to, like, a banner. So they must have updated the packaging, and I must have been, like, the lucky person who got a box where it had the updated packaging, but it also had one from the old packaging. So I thought that was kind of cute. I was like, oh, this isn't unsettling. This is actually kind of cool. It was probably, like, one of the last ones they had made before they switched the packaging over. I should change the song again. Let's see. Let's do Attack of the Slorgs. I don't think we've listened to this yet. Very kind of jazzy rock vibe. Maybe a little reggae mixed in. Attack of the Slorgs was one of the games I did not play as a kid because it required Shockwave and I could never get it to work on my computer. But then, probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I was like, I wonder if I could play this now. And I played it. It was a pretty good game. And I felt sad that had been ripped away from me as a child. But I got over it. End of story. My cat is now, like, really looking directly into my eyes. Bro, if you want to come up here, you gotta jump. I can't baby you all the time. Look what it's done. It's made you very round and lazy. It's kind of sad because now every time I play a Neopets event that comes yearly, like Daily Dare or Games Master Challenge or Altador Cup, really the past couple years, the thought that's always been on my mind is, well, I better play it now. I can't skip this year because it might be the last year they ever do it. And I know I said I would be very surprised if, like, Neopets, like, ever ended because it's just survived so much. But at the same time, I feel like it could end at any moment because you never know when anything could end. I mean, look at, for example, a very timely example, which I should really keep myself from dating my episodes, but Mixer just announced that they were shutting down in 30 days. And the employees said that they didn't even know about it until very shortly before the tweet went out. They were told, like, probably, like, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour before the tweet went out. They found out the same day that everyone else found out. And the only people who were alerted ahead of time were, like, the contracted streamers. The people who were paid to come stream exclusively on Mixer. That's really crazy when you think about it. Oh shit! I hit 31 followers. Last week it was 29. This is awesome! 30 followers on Twitch. That's really awesome. Thank you, everyone. I'm like 1 or 2 away from 30 followers on YouTube also, so if we can make that a nice round 30, I would be super psyched. But, like, there is only a rule when you are ending, like, a business, online business. You only have to give people, like, 30 days notice, legally. That's why they're not closing, like, today. Legally, they have to give you 30 days notice if you have, like, subscriptions and stuff like that. And all that, so that you can get the full value out of what, well, the full value, quote-unquote. I would argue if they're suddenly telling you the site's shutting down, it's not the full value, but the idea is that they have to tell you in advance, so that you can get the quote-unquote full value of what you pay for. Pet City, no, not Pet City. Pet Society did that. They told us exactly 30 days before they shut down. And they were still selling stuff. They were still running sales the week before, up until that announcement. It's a very common thing now to do the 30-day notice before shutdown. And often the employees are not told until the people are told. So that's why, you know, people are like, how could Mixer tell us they're shutting down with 30 days notice. I'm like, sites and stuff have been doing this for a while. It's a very shitty practice. I 100% agree. But we have to change the whole culture of this idea that you can keep cashing in on users and then tell them 30 days before you close, oh, I know I sold you a subscription last week, but actually we're closing next month, so sucks to be you. Because a lot of sites have done that. A lot of Facebook games closed like that. Some of the big ones, but Pet Society was one that went on for like, it started in like 2008 and it went on until like 2015 or something. It went almost for like 8 years or whatever. And I was one of the first people to play Pet Society, and I had started to really get back into it. And that same year that I started to get really back into it and like make friends in that community, they shut it down with 30 days notice. And like I said, they had been running a super sale the week before. And they knew, like employees later revealed, they knew for like 3 months that they were going to be shutting down. Now, in that case, the employees knew ahead of time. But internet companies, when they shut down, they can be really shitty about it. And that's why every time that I play one of these events now, I'm like, well, I better play it because it might be the last year I ever get the chance. Even though I think Neopets is the Nokia of websites, and that it could literally survive like a missile launch. Like, I'm still always careful now because I'm like, well, you never know. You never know. They could say tomorrow Neopets legally could post tomorrow that in 30 days they're shutting the website down. They could do that. That is okay to do. And no one would be able to sue them for it. That's just how the law is. They could sell me $100 worth of Neocash today and shut the website down in a month. And I would have they would argue that I got the full value because I was able to buy whatever items I wanted with 30 days notice. That's just how it is. So, sort of dating my episodes by talking about the whole Mixer thing, but I was thinking about it again, and I was thinking about how a lot of these sites, especially sites and products that had been bought by larger companies, because what happened to Pet Society happened after they were bought by EA. Same people who run Sims. And what happened to Mixer happened after they were bought by Microsoft. Now, apparently there was like some shitty culture going on at Mixer anyway. There was sexual harassment, and there was also racism, and then there was also like, I shared this really long email that talked about this guy who came on. He thought he was being hired by Microsoft, but he was put on the Mixer project, and he talked about how like everything that Mixer did went against like building an organic community. How they really pushed like buying views by contracting different. They would contract streamers to come stream on their platform, but they wouldn't invest in the streamers who had organically come to their platform. So like, for example, I decide to stream on Mixer or whatever because I want to use that website, and I build up a community on there. Well, then they, instead of investing money in me, who came to Mixer by choice, they invest money in someone else to bring them to Mixer. But then when that person's contract is over, they leave, and then so do the views. Whereas my community was built on Mixer. I never streamed on Mixer. This is just a hypothetical scenario. So the guy talked a lot about the back end of like the decisions they made that led to that. And it was very interesting. And I think there's things to be learned from that. I think even if you're running a website or a product that's not a streaming platform, there are things to always be learned about the downfall of another platform. There's always something to learn from other sites and communities shutting down. Like, what can you do better? What was their mistake? And to think about feeding the organic community instead of, sometimes there's this push to, we need to get more players, we need to get more viewers, we need to get more users. And there's not the push on, how can we invest in the community that we've already built? And when you're trying to bring in new people, you change the whole identity of the site and you lose yourself. That's happened to some sites where they get so stuck on, we're not making money, we need to bring in more people. Well, no, you could also invest in the people that you already have who are dedicated to the site, and then they will want to spend more money or make more money for you, etc. and so forth and so on. I think that was sort of a mistake with Viacom purchasing Neopets. They were very much like, well, we just need to keep getting new users. We just need to keep getting new users. We don't need to invest in the infrastructure of the site. We just need to put out enough stuff and enough advertisements to keep getting new users that we can cash out on. And then the site didn't really change for the users who had been there for 10, 15, 20 years. They didn't invest in the community that was there, so then the community members who had been there for a long time left, and then you lose the identity of the site. And now we have NetDragon has really come in, and they've been in more conversations with the community that is here currently, through different surveys and stuff, and having the after party at Comic-Con where people got to meet the staff and share feedback with them, and they collaborate with the staff of the site collaborates with the staff of the fan sites. So there's more conversation. I don't know if it's enough, but there's more. And I think that's what they need if they want this site to continue, is to invest in the existing identity of the site. And then that will attract new people, because they will see that the site has a strong identity and a strong community, and that we know who we are, and they will want to be a part of that. You can't just be like a chameleon and just be like, I'll be whatever you want me to be. Because ultimately, while you're trying to be what everyone individually wants, you're at the same time going to be what no one individually wants. So, it's just my opinion from someone who's seen a lot of different internet things crash and burn. And who's passionate about, creating internet communities. Hire me, Neopets. Just saying, you could hire me, that's fine. Oh, I have to turn off the Attack of Slorgs music. 1 second. I hope that made sense, that long-winded rant that I went into. I see how this is a symptom of internet companies as a whole, and how this entire system needs to be changed. Because that is not consumer friendly, that you can end your site with 30 days notice. You should have to give 90 days notice for people to stop spending money on your site. Because let's say I sold you Neopets Premium today, and then tomorrow I told you, well, I hope you're enjoying that Neopets Premium because it's going away in a month. You would be like, what the fuck? This isn't what I signed up for. You would be rightfully mad. But you would have no argument to try for a refund, because they could say, well, you still get to use your month of Neopets Premium. And I've been sharing some people that I have looked into, some different Mixer streamers, on my Twitter, and I've been following some people also, which I guess the good thing that came out of this was I found some new people that I am interested in watching that I've never seen before, who are now coming to Twitch or to YouTube or whatever. But a lot of those people they've sort of lost their community, and they don't know if they're going to get it back. So you should definitely look into, I know Ross O'Donovan posted a thread. There's been a couple of threads of Mixer streamers who are coming to Twitch or to YouTube Live, who are promoting their content, and they sort of say what kind of content they do, and then you can follow them if you want. Support some of those streamers, because a lot of them are starting completely over. And, like, a lot of them had, like, partnerships with Mixer, and that was their job. And now they have to start all over with whatever platform they went to. So, like, they have to achieve partner again on Twitch, or they have to, even if they were affiliate, they have to achieve affiliate again. And some of them will be okay if they had like 10,000 followers or whatever, they might be okay. But some of them who were much smaller, who really worked hard for what they achieved, kind of have an uphill battle of, planting themselves somewhere else now. So go support some of those people. Because I really think they got the shit end of the stick. And supposedly, as an apology, or as a maybe feeling guilty, Mixer is doubling the amount of money that they're giving people for the next month. So if any of those streamers are still streaming on Mixer, you should go over there and give them support over there too. Not that I want to say go onto a shitty site who just did a shitty thing and give money to that site, but, if it's going to support those creators, then I think it's, I don't want to give money to Mixer, but, the creators who are really going to be hurting, they deserve that double money. Especially while they're still building up their communities elsewhere. I, like, bummed myself out. I really bummed myself out. But yeah, I did share a letter from that guy written about sort of the problems that they had. And he was fired. He was fired. He didn't leave. He was fired in 2018. So the problems that he was talking about were going on the time before he was even fired, and then probably continued to go on, because from what I understand, he said that he tried to alert the people that could make changes with these problems, and no one was really interested in hearing what he had to say. So these problems have been probably going on for at least 3 or 4 years, maybe more. So it's just a bad situation all around for all the employees who have lost their jobs now in a pandemic. It's upsetting for the people who are furloughed during a pandemic, but to completely lose your job and now you have nowhere to go back to after the pandemic, that's horrible too. It's just a shitty situation. Oh, pick all the chimneys? That's a new one. Chimney. To be honest, I always had, like, weird vibes about Mixer. Especially because, like, they spent, like, $30 million to get Ninja to move over with them. Which is, like, I don't blame him for taking the money. You gotta do what you gotta do to support yourself and your family. Fine, alright. But, like, I don't know, like, they had all these streamers already on their site that they could, like, think about how much money $30 million is. And they paid it to one guy. Also, they paid it to him to stream for 3 years, And he only streamed for 6 months, and now he can go wherever he wants, which is pretty crazy too. Like, again, not saying bad for him for taking the money. Like, go ahead, and if someone offered me $30 million, I would take it. But they could have, like, invested, even if they took like $5 million of that, and they gave him $25 million, and they gave the $5 million to people who were partners or whatever. Imagine if they said to their partners, who they normally do a rev share with, we want to buy your exclusivity. You already have communities built here. We don't want to buy you to build a community. We want to buy you to expand your community that already exists. And we want to pay you money so that you can buy more equipment, so you can buy more games, because there's a cost to doing streams. You have to purchase the games to do the streams. We want to pay you so that you can I don't know, get better chat widgets and invest in emotes and, maybe quit your day job and start a Discord server or whatever, build more community. Like, imagine if they had spent that money that way. That would have been awesome. Because, like, for example, you think you're going to buy every Twitch subscriber that Ninja has or whatever. Well, not everyone from Twitch is going to come over to Mixer. Now, you're going to have your really committed fans come over to Mixer, but you're not going to have everyone come over to Mixer. That's just not possible. Unless you physically went into Twitch's server and imported all their account information, which would be illegal, according to data privacy laws. But that was what was interesting to me about that. It's sort of like when you have companies that invest in hiring new people and bringing in new people, and they go through all this process to get like some guy who's a Fortune 500 CEO or whatever. But you have experts already working at the company who have been there for years, who are trained in this, who know what works. And if they could just have a little bit of resources, they could make something awesome, So, and I'm not even saying that bringing in new people is wrong. I mean, you could totally do that, but I just feel like, as said by their own employees, they did not invest enough in the community that they had. Okay, that's 20. I'm not explaining what I'm doing. I just realized I was trying to play 20 to make some noise games 250. There we go. Okay, let's take a look at the counter again, because I'm interested to see where we are. I gotta refresh it. Okay. 250 noises have been made. Some of those noises were and that bird noise I made just alerted my cat. He's like, who the hell are you, and what was that noise you just made? Okay, I'm gonna do some shootout showdown. Let's do 50 of these, because I think I can bang them out real fast. Ah! Tomorrow I will be playing the new Pizza Time Explosion DLC update. And I will be having Elena come on Discord with me, so you will be able to... Previously, she's come in the chat and stuff and talked, but she's interested in coming onto the actual stream and talking. So, that'll be fun. That will be at 1 p.m. PST. No. Wait, hold on. Brain. Okay. Wait a second. Hold on. First of all, I still have the thing up. I just realized I still have the picture of this up. But I just realized I may have done my math wrong. This is wrong. 1 p.m. EST is not 11 a.m. PST. 1 p.m. EST to 11 a.m. 1 p.m. EST to PST. It's 10. Okay. So I'm gonna have to redact that post. I'm gonna talk to Elena, and I'm gonna check with her and see what time she wants to do it. Because I told her it was gonna be 11 a.m. PST, which I can do. But it just means it's later for me than I thought. But if she's okay with doing it at 10 a.m., we'll do it at... I gotta figure out what time we're gonna do it, because the time I told her and the time I told me are 2 different times. They're an hour apart. So, we'll be doing that at a time tomorrow. It will be later than I normally stream. It will be an hour or 2 later. Also, sorry for the Miyamoto picture that, like, slid by. I will definitely edit that out of the VOD. I will blur that. Technically doesn't violate Twitch's TOS, but definitely a little bit too much for my tastes. Censor that, Miyamoto. None of that. Yeah, none of that. Honestly, you should go read that article on hard drive because it's really freaking funny. I used to only read the hard drive headlines and be like, oh wow, that's so funny. Then I started to read the articles and I was like, oh my god, these people are actual geniuses. Like, the shit they get into is so hysterical. I read an article about Luigi protesting in New Donk City, and he gets shot by a rubber bullet bill in the left eye and loses his eye, which was actually based off of real stories of reporters losing their eyes. If I was subbed to Elena still, I would put Sad Miyamoto in the chat. Maybe I'll get my own version of Sad Miyamoto when I finally get emotes. Uh-oh. Okay. The Hassie bounced a little bit too much and I was scared. Aw. But, yeah, so the article was hysterical. It was talking about how Luigi, Funky Kong was like, here we have an infamous coward, arm in arm with the protesters. That's pretty special, bro. That's pretty funky, bro. Like, I can't word it the exact way that they did, but it was hysterical. And then, like, they were like, Mario made a vague statement, but he didn't comment on the fact that his brother got hurt. And they do the statement from Mario on Twitter, and they're like, so Mario said to effect, like, We support all the protesters and also the brave law enforcement in this exercise in the democratic experiment. You know, we hope that everyone is able to come together in love and respect, and nothing helps people love and respect each other more than Nintendo Switch Online. So we will be giving everyone a 10% discount for Nintendo Switch Online. And I was just like, it's too real. It hurts. Like, the phrasing, this great democratic experiment, had me in tears. I just thought it was the funniest thing I had seen since sliced bread. Oh, God. We're gonna play Yu-Yu Ball. They're saying the same shit as always. God, I love hard drive. Then I read another article, and I'm not going to be able to explain it very well, but basically it was about how Timmy from the Nooklings, like, worked super hard to gain everything he had, but then, like, as you're reading the article, he's like, you just need to set aside a budget and save your money and invest in the stock market. But then it's like, in reality, what actually happened was Tom Nook just gave him everything. Like, just because Tom Nook is his rich millionaire father who owns... at the end, it's like, it just goes to show you that you can do anything with a little blood, sweat, hard work, and a millionaire father who owns all the wealth and land and resources. And I was like, oh, it be true, though. Wait, what? Why did the Norbu walk all the way back to the other side of the field? That's confusing. Maybe she glitched. Oh, you bitch. My favorite thing is that Hard Drive occasionally posts, you guys know that if you don't actually read the articles, we don't get any money, right? Like, retweets don't feed my children. They've been streaming too. I've been kind of interested to see what they stream. Ow! Dongus. Alright. We got about... I'm gonna be ending, like, right on the dot today. We got about 15 minutes. See if we can get a couple games of Yu-Yu in. Oh, Krungus! Dongus, Krungus, Bingus, Spumbingus, Smurpfliss. I love making up fake words. Can't believe Altador Cup is almost over. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Every year it always felt so long. And now it's like, well, if you do a weekly stream, it doesn't feel that long. It's like, oh, another week go by. Altador Cup's almost over. I took a 6-week summer course. And I was talking to someone about it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta take the final. And he was like, what? didn't you just start it like yesterday? And I'm like, damn, it really do feel like that. But nah, it just went by really fast. And it's weird also when you think of 6 weeks as like half the time of a normal class. Like, that felt so fast, but that's almost half of what a normal class is. Normal class is 15. So, you know. Time no longer exists. This is true. Time definitely feels slower now that I have my day job to go back to. That's for sure. You bitch. Give it back! I'm like a child on the playground. I'm like, give me my toy truck back! I want it! Give it back! Give me my ball! I like threw the ball like a centimeter and then caught the ball midair. I caught my own ball. All right. 3 more and we'll call it quits for today. Forever. I mean, I'm still probably going to play more Altador Cup and update y'all about how it goes for the rest of the week, but... Or actually for tomorrow or the next day. It goes until like tomorrow or the next day, and then that's it. It's done. I just realized it's Thursday. Thursday again? No problem. God, Altador Cup really has gone by so fast! That's wild. Oh, I'm so excited about 30 followers. Because it's really been increasing a lot lately. Like, it really hovered. Like, when I first started, I got a ton of followers, and then it really just kind of dissipated. But now it's like 30, and it's been going up like every week, and that's really exciting. One sec. My mom wants to ask me a question. My mom was asking, what are we having for lunch? And I was like, well, what do you want for lunch? And she's like, I'll eat whatever you make. And I'm like, cool, it's my choice. After this, I'm eating lunch. I almost called Keitra Sylara. I felt it on my tongue. I was gonna be like, Sylara, you bitch! And then like, I'm like, wait, that's not Sylara. That's Keitra. Oh, that's funny. Oh, God. Come on. I'm sorry, did it say one of the characters' names was Antonio? That's not a very Shenku name at all. Mersha. None of these names are, like, culturally accurate at all. I gotta look at the names of the team. Let's look at the names. We got... Oh, she's actually not chungy. In real life, she's, like, skinny as hell. Well, that's disappointing. I love how they put the gender... Okay, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you can read. Can you see that? Yes, okay. I love how they put the gender next to the species. Like, species Lutari, parentheses, female. As if female is part of the species. You know, the female species. You got Mersha Grelinek. Then you've got Xana Delanche, Timu, Antola Meir, and okay, this is why I thought it was Antonio, and Larcy Fu. Like, none of these names. I guess Timu. Jeez. Some of the Neopets names are so funny. Like, you got Lyra Hegel, Luvea Trevon, Vonde Kale, Ree Salters, Derby Azar, Leighton Vickles. Now, Leighton is a real name. Reshar Khalife, Tormo the Terror Frayne, Kep Bonifay, Tandrak Shea. Oh my god, people ship him so hard. Tandrak. They ship him so hard. It's so weird. Yeah, some of these names are weird. I like Aldrich. Aldrich is a cool name. Tool is another cool name. Here's some of the Altador people. He doesn't even have a first name. It's just Trapper in quotation marks. Oh, Foltaggio. That's who came from Shenku. Foltaggio. The Mincy. They traded him for, I don't know, whoever they traded him for. What is he? He's a right forward? I don't remember who they said they traded him for. Maybe for Timu? I think it was Timu. Or, no. Was it Lana? Zana? I don't know. I've already forgotten the lore. I don't care. Alright, 2 more games. I'm like getting sweaty, which is weird because it's pretty cool in my house. It's because of all the excitement. Hey, give it back. Give it back, Mersha. Weird ass name. Someone will message me and be like, my name's Mersha, and it's actually, a really cool name, so, suck it. I just noticed that XL Striker's uniform is actually made out of metal, like the rest of his body, which is pretty cool, I guess. But not canon to how I consider androids and robots to be. Duno, my character, he just wears normal t-shirt and pants, okay? He's normal. He doesn't need no metal pants. Come on! Why would he wear metal pants? Those aren't comfy. much. No, he needs to wear robot clothes because he's a robot. Yeah, how else will we know he's different from us? I like how the robot Kashyyyk is like a cyborg. Like it's a normal Kashyyyk head, but then it's like a full robot body. I mean, very cyberpunk of them. Ah! I could have gotten a goal. No! I want to get a last-second goal! You... It's fine. It's fine. I don't care. It's fine. I'm glad. Oh, I'm not moving. Why wasn't I moving? I'm so angry. No talk me, I angry. NBA 2K20? No, I play Altador Cup 2K20. Haha, way past cool. I love sport ball. My favorite part is when they get the ball in the touchdown. 10 and then 1. It's a palindrome. I love it. Alrighty. Well, I didn't rank. That sucks. I only need 5 more to rank. But I am hungry, and so is my mom. And you don't want to see my mom when she gets too hungry. You're not you when you're hungry. So I will finish, and I will share my nice shiny shield in the Discord server so that you can have the satisfaction of knowing that I did it. And tomorrow, at a time, at this place, we will be doing Pizza Time Explosion. I'm thinking that since Elena was very good with the idea of 11 a.m. her time, and she was like, oh, it's a little earlier than usual, but it'll be fine. I don't think she's going to want to do 10. So I think that means it's going to be 2 p.m. EST. But let me confirm with her, and I will post about that within the hour. But tentatively, I will say it's probably going to be 2 p.m. EST, 11 a.m. PST, and we'll all have a good fancy time running over zombies and taking pictures of half-cold pizza. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Thank you for 31 followers. I'm actually really excited about that. I don't usually get excited about like followers or anything, but I've been streaming for a while, and I have become more focused on like the YouTube side of things. But I do like streaming, and it's nice to see some fruits of my labor. That's all though. So I'm gonna go take a nap, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.